1317 South Olive Street, aka Freshjive headquarters. This building has been in Rick Klotz's family for over 25 years. Rick's dad, who's no longer with us, was a garment guy, you know, old school clothing industry. Freshjive was actually started in this room, which is now the marketing office, my office. 1989, when Rick decided he wanted to start a clothing line, his dad told him he could operate out of this room. Slowly, day by day, his dad gave him a little more room, a little more room. They moved out of this single office, put some racks outside of the office, and the rest is history. Eventually, Rick's dad became his partner, and since 1989, Freshjive has been operating out of this building. Lots of samples, lots of back stock. Rick collects a lot of vintage books and magazines that we sell in our store Reserve, 420 North Fairfax here in Los Angeles. Boxes and boxes of vintage magazines, punk mags, surf mags, old GQs from the 80s. Lots and lots of that stuff. Up top, this whole warehouse also serves partly as Rick's personal storage. He's been collecting toys for years. He's not into it anymore. Kind of gave it up a few years ago, but there's boxes of probably one of the most significant G.I. Joe collections around. There's a bunch of boxes of pornos around somewhere too, but we won't get into those. This is our sewing room. Again, kind of an example of how this building has been utilized and the history of you know, Rick and his family and Rick's dad. Saul's actually worked for Rick's family for over 35 years. He's our head sewer. This is his office, and that's what goes on in here. Moving on to the warehouse. Most of our product is shipped out of here. Not all of it. Some of it's drop shipped from overseas, but the majority of the product that comes through the United States comes through this warehouse. These guys are, it looks kind of clean right now because we're clearing out stuff to start really getting into our spring shipping, and it probably won't look like this in a couple days. It's pretty organized, but still pretty analog. Obviously, you can get a kind of an idea of the scale of our operation. We're not huge, we're not tiny. Everything is pretty manual out of the warehouse. This is Ryan's office. Ryan pretty much runs the warehouse, runs shipping, among other things. Right now he's probably not doing anything very important, but he usually is. Then on to the creative division of Freshjive, up the stairs. Overlooking the whole operation, this is, I would consider, our creative wing. This is Chris Pablo. He's co-creative director, graphic designer, apparel designer, collage constructor, small photo cutter, outer, etc. Rick usually works out of this office up here when he's in town. Usually works over there. We have another intern, freelance, and occasional assistant graphic designers, I guess. We have a product development person who works from here, and this is kind of where the product is developed, I guess we could say. And we're doing, Rick's been doing Reserve radio, also kind of tied into our store. They've been doing a radio show. Haven't done one in, what, a couple months, but that's the Reserve radio area right there. Basically, this is definitely where any single piece or collection or concept or graphic comes from. Duck in here real quick. This is Lupe's office.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Lupe is, I guess, shipping manager.
I'm the warehouse manager.
Warehouse manager.
Nice to meet you.
Shipping and receiving overlord, guru, sensei, whatever we want to call her. So we've come to the end of the warehouse, but that's definitely not where the excitement ends. Out back, we got Margot Street, which Rick claims is the shortest street in Los Angeles. Not the shortest street in LA, definitely the shortest street in downtown. As you can see, it ends there and ends there. This is David, the world's tallest midget. It's definitely got quite a history. You know, it's been in business since 1989. It's been through a few evolutions, but it's been, for the most part, consistent. So this hellhole, this used to be a lot more organized, but this is years and years and years of shopping trips and samples and inspiration. Like, you never know, that might be spring 2009 right there. Not really. I mean, you know, with any sort of urban environment with as long a history as, you know, one like downtown LA, and I personally live downtown, like I'm really fascinated by it, just seeing the kind of juxtaposition of old school LA, the business and the industry that's down here, and then the newer residents and development and the Staples Center and the Nokia Center and all this huge development, and just kind of how it's almost two opposite cultures that are meeting and trying to figure out how to live together and work together. And I think that it's inevitable that money will come down here, yuppies will come down here, it'll be gentrified a little bit, it'll be cleaned up, but you're going to have a grimy side of downtown Los Angeles. Skid Row's not going to disappear. You know, the homeless ain't going to disappear. So ideally, there will be this utopian mix of grimy, fucked up, old school downtown LA, even older school downtown LA history, and then awesome new architecture and business and, you know, style. And I think hopefully that's where we're headed, you know. Still be 1317 South Olive. We'll still be running Freshjive out of it. It ain't going to be beautiful, but it's going to be functional. And down the street, you know, they'll have the Grammys, and we'll all be here, and we'll all be happy.